brother, sister, what happened to your hunger? Yes. The question I'm asking now is, to whom it may concern. There was a time in your life when you were dangerously hungry for God. What happened to it? What happened to it? There was a time in your life where all that you lived for was to do the biddings of God. What happened to that passion? Where is it? Another question that I want to ask. Why do you keep looking for the same thing over and over again? And I'm sure that even as some of us are here, some of us are afraid that this meeting should not close. And the reason why we are afraid is that our fear is, will I still be able to pray if I live here? Will this fire continue if I live here? You see, the answer I have to give you is that there is a food that Abba will give you. A food. That is how he satisfies hunger. He satisfies hunger with hunger. Yes, you will find out that you went home. Suddenly you can no longer eat. You will just discover that man shall not live by bread alone. And then there is a craving. A craving that comes from deep down within you, and that craving, it was not because you wanted to fast, but even your flesh longed after him. Amela kabosila mapelis. Makuta yelito banaka. You think it's food that keeps you alive. But there is something that will give you, that even your mortal body that you think depends on food could depend on the very word that comes from the mouth of God daily. So when I say daily, it means that every day that you wake up, peradventure it took God 23 hours to speak to you. You are willing to wait for 23 hours. You are still thinking of how long you are waiting. That's because you don't know the value of what you are waiting for. You don't know the value. If you know the value, time will not be a factor. The days where our gathering was spirit bound and not time bound, we need those days. When anytime we had the privilege to come before Jesus, we were not careful whether we are spending a whole day. We were not careful whether we had something to do. The question I am asking is, sister, where is thy hunger? Where is thy first love? There was a time in your life that you didn't mind losing everything. There was an atmosphere that, there was an atmosphere that you loved to be in. You wanted to be away from everybody except the Lord. Where did that hunger go? Please, I speak to you again in case you came here to hear a new song. Go home. This meeting is not for the crowd. Yes, it's not for the crowd. It's for only them who want to take of his flesh and his blood. And let me tell you, if you take of his flesh and his blood, you must partake of his sufferings. Yes, I know you don't want to hear that part. You must partake of his sufferings. If you take of his flesh and his blood, there is a hunger that consumed Paul when he said in Philippians chapter 3 verse 10, he said that I may know you and the power of your resurrection. He didn't stop there. There's another part where many of us don't like to quote. Anybody that takes of the blood of Jesus must partake of that. The suffering. And until you partake of his suffering, you cannot taste glory. Yes. You cannot taste glory. I like the way that we are come like this. Oga, you are doing ministry, but you know that your hunger is no more. You are going on and ministering from there to there. Hunger is no more. But where you are seated, say, Lord, restore. Restore. I need us to be conscious of this prayer. Restore. Restore. Restore my hunger. Restore. You know how to cover it with speaking tongue, but only you know the sickness that is in your body. Say, Jesus, restore. Restore. I need you to be one-on-one with him. Forget your neighbor. You don't know where he is in his journey with God. He doesn't know where you are. Be careful enough to start from the beginning, if that is what it takes. Yes. Be careful enough to bring yourself and start from the beginning, if that is what it takes. Say, Lord, I cry to you. Restore. Restore. I cannot continue like this. 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 The healing ability has not left me, but I know that something genuine is missing. My crowd has not left me, but something is missing. I have not stopped speaking in tongues, but there's something that keeps me with you. Always. There's something that keeps. Oh, miracle still happens to me. But Kai, fellowship is no longer new. It's no longer new. It's no longer new. I am still being invited by many. But Jesus, fellowship is no longer new. What is happening? Hunger. Now, why you come to him was so that he can manifest anytime you appear. Say, Jesus, restore. Hunger, my hunger, restore. I know you want to prove a point to your generation, but the only point that you may have to prove is to your maker. Say, Jesus, restore. Cry that cry until you are sure that something is beginning to well up from within you.